Hello, dear brothers and sisters. I'm Father Diego, and this is the message of the Gospel for today, Friday, March the 27th. We listen from the Gospel of John, chapter 7, different verses 1 to 2, then verse 10, and then verses 25 to 30. Yes, to 30. After this, Jesus moved about within Galilee. But he did not wish to travel in Judea because the Jews were trying to kill him. But the Jewish feast of tabernacles was near. But when his brothers had gone up to the feast, he himself also went up, not openly, but as it were in secret. So some of the inhabitants of Jerusalem said, "Is he not the one they are trying to kill? And look, he is speaking openly, and they say nothing to him. Could the authorities have realized that he is the Messiah? But we know where he is from. When the Messiah comes, no one will know where he is from." So Jesus cried out in the temple area as he was teaching and said, "You know me, and also know where I am from. Yet I did not come on my own, but the one who sent me, whom you do not know, is true. I know him because I am from him, and he sent me." So they tried to arrest him, but no one laid a hand upon him because his hour had not yet come. Very well. First of all, a couple of things on this. Well, actually 2 points on this particular gospel, on today's gospel. First of all, the tension increases between Jesus and the authorities, the Jewish authorities, as he's going to Jerusalem several times in the Gospel of John. Jesus is kind of becoming annoying and challenging for the Jewish authorities because of his words and because of his actions, because what he said. "I am the Son of God. I am the one who was sent." And what he said about them, "You do not know God. Even though you say that you are children of Abraham, you do not know God." So they are kind of pissed at Jesus because Jesus was kind of annoying. But the second thing, and this is kind of interesting to me, Jesus is fearless, moving around. He moves around openly and teaching in the temple area. At the beginning of this chapter, the gospel says that Jesus was kind of hiding himself from the crowd, but then he moves to the temple area and he starts preaching and teaching again, and he's fearless. Why? Where is this fearlessness comes from? And I think Jesus is fearless because he knows his Father. He knows God. He knows the one who sent him. And he knows that God is holding his destiny in his hands. So the fearlessness of Jesus comes from that place of trusting his life into God's hands. And I think we can use a little bit of that fearlessness, right? We are afraid. We are afraid of many things. We are afraid of suffering. We are afraid of failure. We are afraid of rejection. And at the end of the day, I think we are afraid of death, right? We are afraid of suffering and death. I think that's the source of all fears in our hearts. But if we contemplate closely and in depth the action of God the Father in Jesus' life, and if we contemplate closely and in depth God's action in our lives, there will be no reason to fear, because as Jesus did, we also put our hopes and our lives into God's hands. So Jesus, give us your courage, your fearlessness to face this hour. All right, Friday is time to do the summary of the week. So how God is speaking to you through the different Gospels we listened this week. So on Monday, the healing of the son of the royal official. To obey God's word is to believe in Jesus' word. Tuesday, the healing of the cripple in the pool of Bethesda. Take up your mat and walk. Not the invitation, the commandment of Jesus. Jesus is inviting us to take up our mats and walk. Thursday, on Wednesday, we did a kind of break during the rhythm of the week because we celebrate the solemnity of the Annunciation, right? So receive the good news. God will be with us. God is with us, and there is nothing impossible for God. On Thursday, yesterday, the work of mercy, love, and compassion gives testimony on behalf of Jesus. And also, our work of mercy, love, and compassion give testimony on behalf of us, disciples of Jesus. And today, we need that fearlessness from Jesus Christ to face this hour with hope and love, trusting in God. But also how God is talking to you beyond the scriptures in the situation that we are living right now. During this week that you have the chance to meditate, to be in silence, hopefully, to take a little bit more of time for praying how God is talking to you. What have you learned from this week? Wonderful. Have a nice day, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. And I'll see you on Monday with the message of the gospel. Ciao, ciao.